Hi, this is the overview for week 6. This week we have two learning objectives. The first is to find integrals using the method of partial fractions, and that's to be done without using technology. And the second is to use limits to find improper integrals. An improper integral is an integral where one of the limits is infinity, or there's one or more points in the domain of the interval that make the function undefined. So something that we really can't compute either because it's infinity or because it makes the function undefined, that would make an improper integral. Okay, so big idea, why are we doing this? Well, for the first objective, which is partial fractions, this is really an antiquated technique. We don't really do partial fractions anymore in the 21st century, but this is a holdover from the objectives that we have to teach for this course that were essentially put into stone in the 1950s and 60s. Unfortunately, I have to admit that. But we have to teach this and test it so you can transfer this course, hopefully to your four-year college of your choice, if you are transferring. So it's just part of the course as it is. So we have to learn how to do it, and then probably you'll never use it again unless you are a math major. The second one, using limits to find improper integrals, this is actually really helpful. Probably the most important topic we learn in this course is called Taylor's theorem or Taylor polynomials. And to understand those, you really have to understand limits of improper integrals. So this in itself, it's just a formula. You're going to take a limit and find the value, but it leads to a much bigger thing. So it is much more important than the first objective. Okay, possible sticking points. Well, for the first objective, which is partial fractions, there's a lot of fractions in there. And I know that not everyone's friends with fractions yet, or still. And so this may be challenging for those people who algebra skills are a little bit rusty, or particularly fractions are not yet something they feel comfortable with. There's a lot of simplifying fractions, adding fractions, with x's and x squareds and all kinds of stuff in them. So that will be something to practice. For improper integrals, I don't know if there's a lot of sticking points except for people who are uncomfortable finding limits. You want to try, sort of a substitution method. If you get 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity or an indeterminate form, then that leads you to using L'Hopital's rule. But if you don't, if you get 7 over 0 or 2 over 3 or something, then you don't have to use L'Hopital's rule. In fact, you can't use L'Hopital's rule, but you can determine the integral directly from substitution. Okay, so I guess the only thing I'll just mention is some reminders. So reminders, this is a week where we're finishing up chapter 7 and then getting ready to take our first midterm. I'll send out some more information about the midterm, but it's a great time to consolidate your notes or start taking notes if you haven't been doing so, and try to see if you can review chapter 6 and 7 to get ready for an upcoming exam. All right, well, please reach out if you have any questions or know anything I can help you with, and I hope you have an enjoyable day.